Well, hello, 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 and happy Monday, everyone. Oops, trying to get my page to go wider, bigger, something. Why is it not working? Love when my thing just does this. What's going on? anyway, anyways, folks, how is everybody today? Let me see if I can get this open. Open. Oh, Banna. Let's see something. Let's hide that in a minute. Let's see if we can get that open. Why is that not working? All right, well, I guess I'm not supposed to take it bigger today for whatever the reasons are. Anyway, all right, well, anyhow, I guess we're just going to have to work this way. So, hello, 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 everybody. Happy Monday. Today is Monday on April 17th, 2023. Super excited to be here with each and every one of you today. And want to know how you are all feeling. Going to take a minute just to check in and see that I am streaming where I need to be streaming. Oh, I'm not streaming that today. I'm streaming differently today. I am not on my usual three platforms. Today I'm actually on YouTube, Facebook, and also one of my private groups as well. So this is going to distract me. I'm going to try not to let it distract me. Ah, there we go. Perfect. No longer distracted. Haha. Anyway, I'm going to just check in and see that I am where I need to be. And then my next big curious question that I'm going to ask myself is where am I going to land when I finish with this? So I am on my YouTube channel. So those of you who were there with me, please say hello, hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to know when I am going live, you might want to just put your ringer on so you get that message that I'm live. So hello to all of you. All right. And then I'm going to go and check over to my Facebook pages and see where I'm going to land. So right now, I happen to be on my personal page, and I do see that there's somebody there. So hello, hello to everyone that is tuning in. Please leave your comments, and lovely to see you all here. And then I'm just going to jump over to my other Facebook page, my group page for that matter, my private group, and see who's hanging out there for today. If there was anyone hanging out there, don't see anyone there just yet, so I may go back to my personal group. It's fun when I bounce back and forth between all the different pages. So anyway, gonna give it a second or two and see who comes in and joins me here. And feel free to leave your comments because I'm hoping to be able to see the comments. Let me know just by saying hi. So I'm super excited to be here with each and every one of you. If in case you're not sure who I am, if you happen to be watching on my YouTube channel, I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. Maybe it's your first time being here. Maybe you accidentally landed on this page, although there's really no such thing as accidents. So Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, and also the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. I have many other titles, but we're going to leave it just there for now. Super excited to be here with you. Really excited to exchange this energy with you to provide you some insight today because there's a lot of insight. There's a lot of energy going on right now. I'm kind of curious to know if you are feeling the energy. Are you feeling upbeated, excited, and really interested to know where this energy is going to help you land? Or are you feeling anxious, overwhelmed, crabby, moody, and maybe even tired for that matter? And there's definitely a possibility that that is happening. And why would that be happening? Well, a lot of it has more to do with if you are not aligned with this energy, if perhaps you have not really settled into how you are connected with all that goes on above, then you may not be in that place of knowing why you might be feeling what you're feeling. And I would love, love, love to be the one to help you become more aware, attuned, and awaken to our planets and understanding that our planets play a huge role in regards to our energy, how we are feeling, if we are feeling uplifted, if we are feeling excited, or if we're feeling overwhelmed and tired and crabby. That seems to be the word I keep hearing to say. So maybe there's someone out there that might actually resonate with the word crabby today. And so there's a lot to be said. about this energy. When we think about this week in itself, now if you are following me and you are listening to this, there's a good probability you know a little something about the planet, specifically the moon. Now, I'm almost positive, probably about maybe 7 out of 10 of you are very much aware that the moon rotates every 2.5 days. Therefore, the moon circulates, travels through different zodiac signs in the course of a week. There's a good probability that in 1 week, the moon has gone from, let's say, a fire sign to maybe an earth sign, air sign, or even water signs. And as of today, the moon is sitting in Pisces energy, which is a water sign. Gets how emotions up and flowing and possibly get us curious. Now, in addition to the moon's energy, there's a lot of other energies going on as well regarding the sun's energy, and that's about what we're here to do. Our reasons to why we've chosen this lifetime to I'm going to use the word grace the earth with our energies. Isn't that interesting? And then, of course, we have the other amazing planets as well. So what I like to talk about today and share with you in regards to a card reading, as I will be sharing 12 cards, each card associated with each of the zodiac signs. So again, you're welcome to grab a pen and paper and take down some notes, or you can come back later and take down the notes and just listen for now, whichever way you work best. So the title for today's live is all about the hybrid new moon in Taurus energy. Let me share just a little bit with you in regards to the energy of Taurus. Taurus is associated with the second house, which is about our relationships, relationship with ourself. That's always the primary relationship with ourselves. So anything you're ever looking to do, always remember that you have to work on self first before you can even think of working on anything else. Doesn't work anyway unless you work on self. If you're trying to improve a relationship with someone else, you have to make sure you're doing the work for self. In addition to self, then there's relationships with others, friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, and maybe even that stranger or two. And then the connection that you do have with money and your physical and material possessions. So that's that Taurus energy. Now, here's a big question for you. You may or may not know the answer. And the question is, where is Taurus on your natal chart? Where is Taurus on your natal chart? Now, note that Taurus is related to the second house. That does not mean Taurus is in your second house. Taurus could very well be in any other houses on your chart. So it is really important to pay attention to your natal chart. If you're not familiar with your natal chart, here's an opportunity. My email is scrolling at the bottom. Grab hold of that email, reach out to me, and go ahead and schedule a self-growth discovery session to become familiar with your natal chart. In fact, I'm going to talk about it just briefly. I'll talk about it at the end again. I am getting ready to start up another astrology course for anybody who is interested in learning more about your astrology so you can better understand your natal chart. You may want to look into that course and sign up for it. Anyway, so in addition to the energy that we're in, the moon's energy that we are in is in Taurus. We have a lot of other energies that are going on in Taurus right now. So, for example, we have Mercury that's in Taurus, has been in Taurus, and will be retrograding as of the 21st of this month. If in case you're not familiar with the word retrograde, retrograde means that the energy of Mercury is going to start to slow down. Mercury is our planet of travel, communication, technology, scheduling, and planning. So when we think of that whole definition of Mercury, connecting it to the Taurus energy, which I just spoke about, it means scheduling, planning, traveling, and communication, all related to your relationships, is going to start to slow down, giving you time to reflect and review on those relationships, whether it's the relationship with yourself, relationship with somebody else, relationship for your money for that matter, and relationships with your physical material possessions. It's all going to start to slow down to help you get that review in regards to what needs to change and what's working and what needs to go when we think about that energy. Mercury is all about, like I said, communication, technology, scheduling, planning, reviewing. Now, big question again. Where is Mercury on your natal chart? What house is Mercury sitting in? What zodiac signs is Mercury associated with on your chart? For example, and I always like to pull out my chart when I talk about this stuff. For example, for me, Mercury is sitting in Aquarius, which is the zodiac sign Aquarius. Let me pull out my actual chart. And the house that Mercury is sitting in is associated with is associated with my eighth house. Now, what does that actually mean when we speak of houses? Just a quick definition. The eighth house is associated with endings, new beginnings, and transformations. It's related to Scorpio energy and also very much related. Scorpio is very much related to Pluto energy. So when we start to connect the dots to everything starts to come together to tell a story. And what a story we're going to have for this week. After all, we have the new moon's energy that's going to be taking place. Now, depending on where you live, if you're on the East Coast, the new moon's energy takes place at 12:13 a.m. If you're on the West Coast, the new moon's energy will be taking place on the 20th. So East Coast is 4:19, West Coast is 4:20. That's the date. And then in addition to that, as I've mentioned, Mercury goes retrograde on 4/21. Right in alignment with the sun. Now, I do believe there is a difference in time to when Mercury retrogrades in Taurus and the sun enters Taurus, but I don't have that time in front of me. And if you're really interested in knowing the time, feel free to email me and I'll get you that time later. But the sun will enter Taurus on the 21st of this month at 4:14 a.m. So literally 1 minute after the new moon well, not exactly 1 minute, but a day or two away, but it's 4:14 a.m., not a minute, because it's not on the same day. But when we think about this energy between the 19, 20, and 21, we have a lot of energy floating into Taurus. And let's not forget that we also have Uranus in Taurus energy, has been there for quite some time, in addition to our North and South Node. Our South Node energy is in Taurus as well. If you are not familiar with South Node energy, South Node is all about your past life, what you have accomplished in your past life, and you are working towards changing that so you can move into what you came on Earth to do. So all again, we have 5, including the South Nodes, energies sitting in Taurus. It's a big, big energy for Taurus out there. So those of you who have a sun, moon, or rising in Taurus, know that this is going to be a big, big, big activation, shall we say, for you in regards to activating your relationships with self, others, money, and your physical material possessions. This could very well be a time, not specifically right now, but specifically when Mercury goes direct. After its retrograde is over, there's going to be a lot of movement occurring with things coming to an end and new beginnings, of course. I like to believe, and I'm hoping you do too, that when something comes to an end, something new happens. Okay, so there's never going to be a time where you'll have an ending and nothing new comes in. It just doesn't work that way. So always remember that whatever it is you're about to end, know that something brand new is about to happen. It may not necessarily be in the same area of what you end. For example, and I'm being guided to share this. Let's say you're moving, you're relocating. Okay, so you're relocating obviously to someplace else, a new location. Okay, but now because you're relocating and you're moving into a new location, there may be a different area of your life that's going to be activated based on that move. So pay attention to that. Now, you might be asking yourself, what happens if I don't have sun, moon, or rising in Taurus energy, and or I don't have any of these specific planets that's working right now in Taurus energy? Do I not feel this? I would like to say yes, but that is not the case. We all feel this energy. We all feel this energy. The thing is that those of you who do have sun, moon, or rising or any of these planets, Mercury, Uranus, or your South Node in Taurus energy or second house energy, going to feel this energy a lot more than somebody that may not have any of this going on in their charts. So pay attention. Good probability that we're all going to feel it because we all have something in the second house energy. Now, looking at my natal chart, my second house energy, and I say that with such confidence that we all have something in second house energy. Now, theoretically, on my chart, there's actually no actual planets in the actual energy itself, but it is very much associated with Leo on my chart. So therefore, that second house is activating the Leo energy. If you know anything about Leo, Leo is all about change, freedom, self-expression, creativity, and also that energy of activating your sexuality. So that itself, even though there may not be any planets in my actual chart in the second house, there's a lot of energy just based off the zodiac sign alone. So this is why it's so important to get to know your natal chart, get to have that relationship with your natal chart is the message I just heard. Because once you understand your natal chart and you come and watch this becomes so much easier to understand. And also over time, just like me, as for many years I was a student of astrology. I like to still believe I am. I'm always learning something about astrology. And being the student of astrology, it helps me to recognize that it gives me an opportunity to learn something new about who I am. And I truly believe our natal chart, our astrology chart, is really our GPS. It guides us, it navigates, it helps us to navigate to where we are actually going. And then it it sort of gives us a cushion to lean on when things get a little challenging, as it may very well happen for those of you who carry a lot of Taurus energy. If you have a sun, moon, or rising sign in Taurus, know that this is going to be energy that's going to activate you. If your Mercury energy is in Taurus, know that this is going to activate you. If you have a a South Node in Taurus, this is going to activate you. If you have Uranus in Taurus, this is going to activate you. If you have second house, whatever's in your second house. So anyone who is watching, I would love for you to put in the comments, if you happen to know this question, what is your sun? What is your moon? What is your rising sign? And please note, guys, that you are so much more than sun, moon, and rising. And I know many of us know our sun sign. That's obvious. It's our birth sign. But I really want you to really start to dig a little deeper and discover who you are on a soul's level, which is really understanding your astrology chart. So what I like to do now for the remaining portion of our time together, which we'll be spending a little bit of time together, I would like to go ahead and start pulling cards for each zodiac sign to help you become aware of this energy. And the whole point to my card reading is giving you an opportunity to concentrate on one color which is associated with your chakras and work on that one color to help you clear out any blocks you may have, stagnations you may have. If you are experiencing something that has literally come to a dead end, perhaps a job, maybe you recently lost a job, that is definitely a dead end. That means there's something that's about to get activated for you. You may not be seeing that activation just yet, but it's definitely going to get activated with all of this energy because that's a relationship that you have with your job, whether it's your career or your actual job, your soul's calling. So again, for those of you who are here watching, I want to give a thank you to you. If you happen to know your sun, moon, and rising sign, you're welcome to put that in the comments. And I'm really hoping that I can see the comments. I do see that I have a few of you who are watching. If you can be so kind and write the words hi in the comments just so I know I can see the comments, I would love to know I can. And then I'm going to dive in. And again, take note of what your sun, moon, and rising sign is, and then you can come back later. Go look at your natal chart and then get a general idea. What's in your Mercury energy? Like my Mercury energy is Aquarius. So I know that when I pull the card for Aquarius, I'm going to be looking at that chakra because that's my energy for Mercury. Now, for Uranus, I'm going to have to go and see what zodiac sign Uranus is in, and et cetera, et cetera. So you can either work with 3 cards, which is associated with your sun, moon, and rising. Now, assuming you have a different zodiac sign for each one. Maybe you're somebody that has the same zodiac sign for sun, moon, and rising. You might be a triple threat. So you might have one chakra to work on. And maybe you're like me, where my sun, moon, and rising are in different zodiac signs. So I'm going to be looking at 3 cards and working those 3 chakras. So I'm going to get this party started. I'm going to start with Aries and work our way down. And remember that you are more than your sun sign, but if you only know your sun sign, then of course use that card to work and clear your energy on. And very quickly, if you are very new to this whole live stuff, just to give you an idea, each card has 3 elements: a color, which is associated with your chakras, a word that could be used to raise your vibration, but it also adds to your story. And then we have a number that's going to be associated with astrology and numerology, personally and collectively. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. So for our Aries, this is definitely a new beginning. This is the last couple of days of Aries season. We're going to be moving to, the sun is going to be moving into Taurus. So this is the last couple of days for these new ways of doing things. Let's see what's in store for Aries. So Aries, this is definitely about having compassion over this week as we are in this hybrid new moon. And what this hybrid new moon is all about is an indication that we are experiencing an eclipse. And we're going to go from the eclipse itself is not going to have a full experience because it's going to shift. And that's why it's called the hybrid new moon. So compassion for yourself. There may be a lot going on your plate. You may have a lot of changes taking place in your life right now, and that's okay. Remember, you are the creator to your story. So whatever it is you're looking to create, rather than focusing on what's not working, stay focused on what is working. That 4-9, which is 4, this is your foundation. You get to build a new foundation right now. You get to create something brand new in your life if you choose to. The chakra to work on is your third eye, allowing yourself to see beyond what's in front of you, allowing yourself to see the unlimited opportunities and possibilities that can show up for you. But you got to be very compassionate with yourself and others at this time. Remembering that besides yourself going through some changes, others may be going through changes as well. So compassion for self, compassion for others as well. All right, we're going to move into our Taurus energy. So like I said, we are days away from the sun and the moon entering Taurus energy. We already have Mercury there, we have Uranus there, and our south nodes are there. So for you, Taurus, this is definitely about what can you let go of in these final days of this energy, and get yourself ready for your new opportunity. Just going to mute this a second. All right, so let's see what's in store for our Taurus. What energies do you need to work on? So yes, this card makes a lot of sense for Taurus because it's about patience. Over these final couple of days where the sun is getting ready to rotate out of Aries and move into your zodiac sign of Taurus, and this new moon as well, this is an opportunity to be patient, slow it down, move into a space of gratitude, find a space of moving into the joy aspects as opposed to things that might be a little overwhelming right now. This is that 4 energy, very similar to Aries, where they had the 4 as well. This is about your foundation. It's about bringing things to balance. This is about taking inventory of your life, your relationships. What relationships do you feel out of balance with? Where do you feel balanced as well? And that's what you want to look at. You want to pay attention to both. So if there's a relationship that's not bringing balance to the table, maybe that's a relationship you might have to review, and maybe it's time to get rid of that relationship. It's time to let go of it. And it's okay to let go of relationships, because as you let go of the relationship, you make space for something new to come in. And that's what this is all about. So that 4 is about balance and stability, bringing more balance into your life and letting go of what's not bringing balance into your life. Be patient as you go through this evolution this week, this process of transitioning, this process of transforming. Be patient with yourself. Just like Aries, they have to be compassionate. Taurus has to be patient over this week. So allow yourself patience, allow yourself to be in a space of gratitude, but also be in a space of where do you need to bring more balance into your life? What relationships are causing you to do more of the work? And maybe it's time to get rid of that relationship. If anything, maybe it's even time just to have a conversation. And my recommendation would be to have that conversation quite quickly. We are currently in what we call the shadow period of this retrograde. So conversations may not go as well as you would like it to go. So quicker than do it sooner than later. Otherwise, you may want to wait till Mercury goes direct to have that conversation. Remember, when we think about Mercury, when we think about any retrogrades, it really is about reviewing, not reacting. All right, we have our Geminis. So when we think about Gemini energy, we have Venus sitting in Gemini, which is all about that part of the relationship aspects, because Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So for you Geminis out there, pay attention to this energy as well, because you actually have your zodiac sign is connected with Venus energy, and that's the ruler of Taurus. And also, interesting fact, when we think about that Venus Gemini, we also think about Gemini is associated with Mercury's energy as well, because Mercury rules Gemini. So there's two areas to pay attention to in regards to your energy, your community. You know, what communities are serving you, and what communities are draining you. Are you creating a collaboration, or is there so much going on to your lap for you to be doing? If you're doing most of the work and the other people around you are not, maybe it's time to review. So for you Geminis, perfect card, self-love. During this period of time, as you connect with your community, it's very important to love on you. Do not look for that love on the outside. Turn within. Ground your energy while you do this. Get yourself rooted and focus is the key word here. Focus on self-love. 7-3, associated with your soul's calling, that 10th house energy, that new beginning, the work that you came here to do. Pay attention to the work that you came here to do. Are you allowing yourself time to be in the work that you came here to do? Not necessarily related to your job, but actually your soul's calling, what you are actually here to do. That's that association with the South Node and the North Node energy. So that 10 is about that connection that you have with your soul's work. So pay attention to that for you Geminis. And also want to make a note here, when we think about this energy we have going on with this hybrid new moon, it is definitely activating. Just want to pull my notes out here for a minute. It's definitely activating Leos, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpios, those who might have energy in 0 to 4 degrees, and it's also activating Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, those who have energies between 28 to 29 degrees. So again, something you might have to look at your chart, because if you are in those degrees, this hybrid energy is going to activate you as well. Moving on to our Cancers. So when we talk about our Cancer energy, yes, as I just mentioned, if you happen to have a 28 to 29 degree in your chart in Cancer, this energy is going to activate you as well. Please note that you also have Mars in Cancer as well. Mars is your planet of action. So what action are you going to be itching to take during this energy? That new moon is about a new thing coming through. Cancer is associated with home. When we speak of home, it's your shelter, it's your body, it's your career. What action do you need to take in one of those areas? Pay attention to that. It's also a big emphasis on your soul's work right now. What do you need to step into? What do you need to walk away from so you can be more aligned to your soul's work? Do you know what your soul's work is? That's a biggie as well. So you want to know this information. You definitely want to know this information. Now, sadly to say, I'm not able to see comments for those of you who are commenting on the Facebook page. So I'm probably going to have to come back and read those comments later. I don't know why I cannot see my Facebook comments. I really wish I could, but I will definitely come back later. So if you are commenting, please continue in commenting, and I will come back later to respond to those comments, only because I can't see them right now. Let me see if I can see them on the page here. Let's see something. Is it possible that I can see the comments here? Let's come up here and see. Let's see. Oh, I can. Here we go. I can see them on the page here. So before I go further, as I was just on Cancer, I'm going to pull that card so I don't get distracted. So Kitty says, new moon in Aries, then moves immediately within 14 minutes to Taurus. Thank you there, Kitty. I appreciate that. Hello there, Anne. How are you? How are you? So as I was saying, we have that Cancer energy. So let's see what one chakra you guys need to work on so you can be more aligned with this energy. And remembering that Mars energy in your sign, and this is about taking action in your soul's calling right now, your soul's calling. And it's about being fearless. It's about being fearless. How can you be more fearless right now? How can you move into that amazing energy of being fearless? How can you move in that energy of being fearless? The chakra is the sacral energy. So to be fearless, you have to show up with confidence. You got to stop judging yourself. You got to stop worrying about what other people think about you. Is a biggie. That 7-8 energy works out to be 15, which is 6. This is the time so you can heal. Heal whatever wounds you may have relating to judgment. Judging yourself or thinking you have to show up a certain way because people, family members, friends, co-workers expect you to be a certain way. Show up the way you want to show up. Show up as confidently as you can show up in your own energy field, is what I just heard. Pay attention to that, okay? I think that's a big reminder. Big reminder that 6 energy is about nurturing and healing and not being concerned about judging yourself or others. Love that for our Cancers. Moving right into our Leo energy. So Leos, this is time for travel. This is time for higher learning, higher wisdom, allowing yourself that awareness, your higher consciousness, becoming more aware of what it is you are connecting to, who you are connecting to, what relationships you are in. How can you utilize your creativity more? How can you utilize your self-expression more? New ways of doing all of this energy. So take advantage of it. So let's see what's in store for our Leos. Leos, you have the love partnership card. That should be fun. Love partnership card. What does that actually mean, love partnership card? Does it mean that this is going to be a time where you find a partner to fall in love with? It could be. Does it also mean that maybe you're going to love yourself as the partner that you have? Because remember, again, everything's about self. You got to love yourself first before you can even spread your wings out to another person. That conversation, what is it you need to say? What is it you want to say? And what is it you have to say? Those are and you may ask yourself, well, isn't it all the same? Need, want, and have to? No, not at all. Needing, you want to, there's something you need to say. It's a desire. You need to. Something you want to say. You just want it. It's not life or death. And something you have to say. So let's talk about that 6-3, which is a 9 energy. That 9 energy falls right aligned to where you are. You traveling. Become aware of your dreams. Keep pen and paper at your bedside. There could be something, a message that shows up in your dreams, whether it's during your sleep state or during your daydreaming as well. This is definitely a time to transform. After all, the card is associated with your throat chakra, transforming the way you communicate, transforming the way you connect with one another as well. So what are you going to let go of and what are you going to make space for? So you can bring more love into your relationships, into your partnerships. When we think about love partnerships, it could be that partnership that you have with a sibling, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker. Those are all your partnerships. So it doesn't necessarily have to be where you're in a significant relationship. And when we think about it, what is a significant relationship? Aren't all relationships significant? I mean, as humans, we always put such emphasis on relationships. There's so many people out there who don't have who's not in a relationship, and they put so much stress on wanting to be in a relationship. But we're all in a relationship, a significant relationship, and that significant relationship is with ourselves. And we need to learn to endure the relationships we have with ourselves. Fall in love with yourself. And the more you learn to love you and speak kindly to yourself, the more you're going to be able to attract whatever relationships you're looking to attract. So that could be the one thing you can work on letting go of during this amazing hybrid new moon season, is to learn on letting go of that negative talk that you have towards yourself. I love that for our Leos. All right, we have our Virgo energy. Virgos, this is about being in that space to transform. You're letting go of something, you're getting ready to bring something new in. This is a powerful time for you. Okay, I just want to look at something 1 second. I'm going to get back to, not sure why this isn't, oh, there we go. Double clicking. Anyway, back to our Virgos. So this is about what you're willing to let go of during this time. This is all about that transformation that's about to get ready to activate for you. The abundance, the achievements. What are you here to work on during this week? And know that this energy that we are in this week, as of all of this energy between the 19th right through the 21st, this energy expels all the way out for the next 6 months. So this is not just a 3-day deal. This is a big deal. So let's see, what do we have for our Virgos? Virgos. All right, Virgos. It seems to be that throat chakra is big for many of us in the zodiac signs, considering Leos just had the throat chakra. Now our Virgos have it as well. So lots of activation going on with the throat chakra. Things that we might want to say, things we might want to reset, things we might want to review. This Mercury and Taurus energy, those relationships. What is it you want to say? Is it relating to an actual relationship? Was it related to something physical, material? Could it be money as well? Considering it's a spiritual career, I get an idea intuitively that it's really about your soul's calling. Whether you have a job where you go to a 9 to 5, or that job serves a little bit of your soul's calling, whatever it is. But that 7 energy is about more balance. Your contracts, renewing your contracts. You may be at a point in your job right now that you're being reviewed. A review might be coming up, and there may be a conversation about a raise. There may be a conversation about being let go of, or maybe a conversation that you choose to walk away, because that 7/7 is 14, which is 5. There's a change coming in that's going to lead you into your spiritual career. I always say this when we speak of spiritual career. Doesn't mean that it has to be a healer or an acupuncturist or a sound bowl therapy. It could be just something that you enjoy doing, and you would not, if a spiritual career to me is something that you enjoy doing, and if you never got paid for it, you'd be okay. Theoretically, as humans and living in a materialistic world, we do need to have that money exchange with one another. It's just part of being human. But that's what a spiritual career is. It's not always about that it has to actually be something spiritual that you're doing as your job. And if it is, that's perfect too. But no, for you Virgos, this is really about a change that's coming in, and it's activating your throat chakra because there's something that you want to say or somebody needs to say to you. So please pay attention to what endings are about to come through and what new beginnings are about to take place as well for you Virgos. All right, now that we are halfway through, I'm going to be reading from Libra down to Scorpios. I'm just curious to know if any of the zodiac signs that have shown up so far, are any of them related to you? How is this resonating with you? Are you familiar with your zodiac sign? Are you familiar with your sun, moon, and rising? And can you go even deeper? Do you know where your Mercury sign is? Do you know where your Uranus sign is? Do you know where your South Node sign is? Big question. Do you know what your natal chart looks like? All right. Anyways, let's move into our Libra energy. So you Libras out there, again, if you have Libra in your 28 or 29 degree on your chart, know that this energy is going to activate you as well. And this is all about taking your contracts, reviewing your contracts, finding balance. Balance is a big word right now for all of us. It's about bringing things back to balance. When things are not balanced in our relationships, no matter what kind of relationship it is, regarding it's a relationship with ourselves, somebody else, work related, friend, whatever it is, it's always about bringing things back to balance. Because if we don't bring things back to balance, that creates an imbalance in our body. And if there's an imbalance in the body, that might show up as physical pain, illness, or even a disease. So really pay attention, review those contracts, bring things back to balance. Take time to quiet yourself down. So let's see what Libras need to do during the season so they can have that that galactic energy take place with that 28 to 29 degrees, should you have that in your chart. All right, Libras, for Libras. Oh, this is so interesting. This just showed up for our Virgos. Now it's showing up for our Libras. So let's just say hypothetically you have your sun and your moon in your sun in Virgo and your moon in Libra. Then that means this card showed up twice for you. So when a card shows up twice, that's an indication that there's something really important that you have to pay attention to. And this card just showed up back to back from Virgo to Libra. So for you Libras out there, very similar. Take time to sit quietly, which is where you are in your energy for this season during the remaining portion of Aries season. This is a time to sit quietly, reflect, review. Go within for your answers. Use your cards for your answers. Use this for your answers. This is a time to sit and start asking yourself, is what I do, is what I spend most of my day on, is it serving my spiritual career? Is it serving my spiritual calling? Is it my soul's calling? If if what you're doing is not serving your soul's calling, this could be the reason why. This could be the card to remind you that there's a change coming in. And over the next 6 months, we're going to see massive changes take place for all of us, especially if something's not aligned with our energy. We are all moving into this new vibration, this new timing, so to speak, in reference to what it is that we knew ourselves to be to what it is we're going to become. And that's what this energy is all about. So massive change for Libras. Freedom as well as you step more into your soul's calling and come away from a job that's not serving you. So that's how Libra energy. Good old Scorpio. So Scorpios, this is about your body system. This is about nurturing. This is about healing. This is about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit during the remaining portion of this Aries season, but also during this Taurus evolution. Lots of energy in Taurus. It's your opposition sign. It's definitely where the north and south nodes are right now. So pay attention to what's showing up with your body. How is your body responding to you? How is your body talking to you? Is there a specific, area of your body that is trying to get your attention? Pay attention to what it is trying to tell you, because our bodies are amazing, amazing, amazing tool to pay attention to, letting us know when things are not aligned. So let's see what one chakra Scorpios can work on to bring the body system into order. The entire deck wants to come out, but we only want one card. All right. So for our Scorpios, this is definitely a time for nurturing and healing, taking care of your body, listening to your body. And your card has changed. And this is now the third time that the throat chakra has shown up. And I believe it's probably the fourth or fifth time the throat chakra has also shown up as well. I would almost guess, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think we've had 4 throat chakras, because I know we've had a root chakra, I know we've had a heart chakra, but I think those are the only chakras that have been showing up so far. The heart, the root, and now the throat. And the throat chakra has shown up at least 3 to 4 times already. So for you Scorpios, what do you need to change? What do you need to change when it comes to your throat chakra, when it comes to communication, when it comes to your schedule? when it comes to listening, when it comes to learning, when it comes to your technology, what do you need to change? That 5 energy is about change, expression, creativity. It's about your freedom. It's about being courageous enough so you can change. So that's a big question for you Scorpios. What do you need to change? What can you focus on during this hybrid new moon to change something? So you can have something different, something new. Whether it's about communicating, whether it's about listening, whether it's about how you learn, whether it's about how you teach, but what do you need to change? So that's your throat chakra. Work on that energy. It's definitely connected to that Mercury's energy right now that's in Taurus and it's going to go retrograde. So during this retrograde period, it could be a great time for you to review on what do you need to change and start getting yourself prepared to make those changes, but know that those changes won't be implemented until Mercury goes direct, which is not until May, because it's just going to get ready to go retrograde. So pay attention to that throat chakra, work on the throat chakra, so you can begin to communicate better, be a really good listener, be a good student, be a good teacher. All right, we have our Sagittarius. So Sag, this is definitely time for change, freedom, unpredictability, courageousness, creativity, self-expression, showing up in that energy. Let's see what one chakra you need to work on. Let's see. All right. We have a different chakra for our sacral, for our Sagittarius energy. We have the third eye, although that showed up earlier too. That I believe showed up in our Aries energy. So being able to visualize the changes you're looking to have. This could be a perfect time for you to start calling in a master teacher. Put the energy out that you're looking to connect with a master teacher, someone that's going to teach you, someone's going to help you really discover who you are in this amazing energy right now. That 3-8 is 11, which is reminding you that you are a master healer and you may need a master teacher to show up to take you to the next step. So many changes coming in with this energy, with that 3-8, that 11. This is about that healing your relationships, being the master teacher, having that person that you can learn under is what I just heard. Learn under. This is a perfect time to start calling in your masters. This is a perfect time to start taking classes. This is a perfect time to really get to know who you are as you go through these changes during this new moon season. So I love that for our Sagittarius. Use your third eye to create those changes, but start calling in your master teachers. Put the energy out there that you want to get in front and align to your masters, your mentors. Those are going to help you learn different ways of doing things. All right, we have our Capricorns. Capricorn, during this season, it's about your foundation, it's about home, it's about family, it's about balance, bringing it all to balance, bringing more balance into your life. So let's see, what do we need for our Capricorns? And just as I said regarding the 28 to 29 degrees for you Capricorns, that applies to you as well. So take a look at your chart and see if you do have Capricorn in 28 or 29 degrees, because it's going to be a big energy for you if you do. In regards to your home, remember, home is your shelter, your body, and also your work. Now, if you happen to be retired, it's your soul's work. Always want to remember that when I use the word work, it's not just relating to your 9 to 5. Your work is your soul's work that you came here to do. Now, if at one point or another you had a 9 to 5 and you retired, don't think that your soul's work is done. That's basically the starting point of your soul's work. We're all here to do soul's work. As long as you have a pulse, you have work to do. This is not about just sitting back and saying, I'm done. You're not done until that pulse stops. And as long as you're here, you have a pulse. So let's see what's in store for our Capricorns. Capricorns. Oh, this card showed up a little while ago as well. Quite interesting on how some of these cards are just popping up consistently. So when a card pops up consistently, which I said this before, Means we have to pay attention. So for you Capricorns, that love partnership, loving on yourself, and there we have that throat chakra again, communication. Communication. Who do you need to communicate to when it comes to home, when it comes to family? Who do you need to communicate to? What do you need to end? Do you need to end a conflict? Do you need to end a dispute? What do you a conflict and a dispute pretty much the same thing? What do you need to end? What do you need to transform so there can be more love in that partnership? So that's our Capricorns. This is about home. This is about your relationships. This is about bringing more love into those relationships, those partnerships. This is about something coming to an end, ending a conversation so you can bring more love into your conversation. So drop down into your heart, allow that heart energy to pull up into your throat so you can start communicating with more love. So that ending is ending the fuse and bringing more love into your partnerships. In your home, love to yourself, to your body, love to the people you work with, love to the people you live with. Capricorn energy. All right, we have our Aquarius. So we think about Aquarius energy, that Pluto, which is massive, massive transformation in reference to things coming to an end. It's all about your community. It's about your communication. It's about what it is you're creating. A lot of that's going to be changing up for you. Maybe how you communicate with others is going to change, how you create, what your website looks like. Pay attention to all of that energy as well. Pay attention to that Mercury energy too. Now, for me, because I happen to have a Moon Aquarius and I also happen to have Mercury in Aquarius, for me, Mercury plays a big role here. And because it's all about the old energy of the three: communication, creating, connecting, collaborations. All is new. So let's see what's in store for Aquarius. And because there's big emphasis with this Pluto in Aquarius, and Pluto shortly is going to be going retrograde next. So I'll come back and talk about that as we get closer. All right, our Aquarius energy, what do we need to know? Our card, compassion. Compassion. This card showed up earlier too. There's a lot of duplicates with the cards today. It's quite interesting that I'm going to come back later and re-listen to this and really take some notes to see how many times this card showed up. I know it showed up as Aries. I almost remember that. But, and that third eye, this is, I think, the third time the third eye card showed up as well. So compassion for you Aquarius out there. Be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate with others. What I'm hearing is like spread out compassion. That four is your foundation. How can you be more compassionate to yourself and all the people you connect with? That's what I want you to think about. How can you be more compassionate with self and all the different people you're connecting with? Think of this hybrid new moon like Christmas, where you want to be joyful because it's a season of joy. Let's extend that energy out of the season of compassion for Aquarius. Okay, so that's focusing on compassion. Last but not least, we have our Pisces energy, which we do have Saturn there for Pisces, which is all about your foundation, your structure, boundaries, bringing more balance into your energy as well. And then, of course, you have Neptune in your sign as well, which is about that higher learning, higher wisdom that shows up. And this is definitely about your partnerships, the relationships you have with one another, your physical material possessions, your money. Yes, so let's see what Pisces need to know, what one chakra you guys can work on. This one's also close to home for me because I have a sun Pisces. I have a lot of energy in Pisces for that matter. So let's see, what do Pisces need to know? One more shuffle. One more shuffle. Last one. All right, here we go. Pisces. Interesting card for Pisces, higher education. Makes a lot of sense when we think of Pisces energy. Pisces is the most intuitive sign there is. And this is really a great time to explore your higher consciousness, to explore your higher awareness, to be in that space so you can transform. What can you let go of so you can move more into your higher consciousness and more awareness? That's that 9 energy. The chakra, the high heart, which is compassion, more joy, more love, more peace, more calmness, more grace, more ease for Pisces. With the relationships where think of the Pisces Saturn energy right now, helping you to bring that boundary into place and utilizing that higher wisdom where you put your ego aside and allow yourself just to be able to be in that higher consciousness and letting go of whatever doesn't serve you. So if it doesn't feel good, if it weighs you down, let it go. Let it go. So that's our Pisces energy. Concentrate on ease, grace, peace, compassion, kindness, and love, and higher wisdom, higher consciousness. Move into that higher consciousness, move into the awareness of what it is you are focused on. And if whatever it is you're focused on doesn't bring more ease and grace into your heart, let it go. That's that transformation. That's that 9 energy. Also be aware of your dreams. Pen and paper by your bedside so you can write down very quickly when you wake up. If anything comes to your mind, write it down and then come back later to review what the message might actually be. This is a perfect time to create your boundaries. This is a perfect time to restructure things and look at your material and physical things. Are there things that you're holding on to that you may no longer need? What is that connection with the relationship with those things? You might want to let it go. This is higher wisdom learning. This is an opportunity for you to transform. Love that for our Pisces. All right, guys. So this has been quite interesting. We're just about the hour point, so perfectly aligned. What I would love for you all to do is come back and rewatch. When you come back and rewatch, if you didn't do it the first time, bring pen and paper with you. Jot down your sun, moon, and rising signs. Jot down the colors that showed up for those signs and the affirmation and of course the numbers. And then go check out your natal chart and look at all of the planets and see what cards showed up based on whatever those planets are in. So if you have Mercury on your chart, it happens to be in Aquarius, look at your Aquarius chart. If you have Pluto and that happens to be in, let's just say, Libra, look at Libra. And wherever you have any one specific zodiac sign showing up multiple on your chart, please pay attention to that chakra. Those of you who happen to have the sun, moon, and rising in Taurus, happens to be your birthday month, you happen to have any of those specific zodiac signs, such as your Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio in 0 to 4 degrees, know that this is a perfect time for resetting. Those of you who have Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn in 28 to 29 degrees, know that this is letting go of something. You are ending a cycle. So this is amazing energy that we do have coming in. Whether you have Taurus in these specific planets or not, know that you're going to feel this energy just like anybody else. Those who do have Taurus in these specific areas, this is definitely going to activate your relationships. Take a peek at whatever's in your second house energy, because that too is going to get activated. If you need any support, if you want to learn more about your natal chart, please go ahead and email healingwithin76@gmail.com. As I mentioned earlier, I will be starting up another astrology class. And if you'd like to learn about your natal chart and really utilize your natal chart to help you navigate through your life, this is a perfect class for you. To learn more about that, to get the investment behind, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. If you want to just get a little teeny little bite size of information, you're welcome to take advantage of a complimentary 15-minute self-growth discovery session. Same email, I'll send you my calendar, and I'll get you on, and we'll have a conversation, and I'll help you discover whatever it is you need to discover. Remember, this is all about this hybrid new moon's energy. As of the next couple of days, we are going to be in such high energy activation. So pay attention to whatever it is you are thinking about. Remember, your thoughts create your reality. And if it's something you are thinking about that you do not want to have in your reality, cancel the thought and think of something different. Enjoy this new moon's energy. I hope you have a specific new moon ritual that you'll be doing. And remember to take care of your body, because your body is part of that relationship as well. So hydrate your body, rest your body, meditate your body, quiet your body down, love on your body. All right, guys, it's been real. I love you. Please go ahead. If you have left comments, I will come back and read those comments and respond to them. And until next time, I will be back and share another 12 cards with you based on the energy that's coming in very shortly. But for now, enjoy this amazing new moon's hybrid energy, because I know I will. Bye-bye for now.